Hey everybody, welcome back to Player and DM, a show where I, Jenny, the Dungeon Master for High Hopes and Rolls, talks to a player about their character, and today that player is Alex.
Hello.
Oh, you're going to talk about your boy.
Yeah, my boy.
Yeah.
I'm currently having my second coffee of the day, so...
Oh, that explains the energy. Okay.
It does, doesn't it?
I mean, before we went into this recording session, we did spend 3 minutes talking about different words for bread in different languages.
Yeah, approximately that long. I had the Google Translate auto cue voice lady coming through your microphone, bread.
Anyway, just because I wanted to look up how to call you my baguette. Yes, so Paddy, Mr. Paddock Whitlaw.
Yes.
Paddy to his friends, is your boy.
He's my boy. He's my arcane trickster rogue boy.
He's a wood elf.
That he is.
Is there any other statistical information you'd like to give about him?
Statistical information, he's...
5'6".
He's 5'6". He's currently
gay?
level 11. He's gay. You beat me to it. I was going to do that as the final one.
His national insurance number is JX.
Do they have... that's a world building question. Do they have national insurance?
No.
No?
Of course they don't.
Of course not.
No, this is a much more American system. He's a pretty good... What's his alignment? He's chaotic good?
Oh, he's definitely chaotic. I think he's chaotic good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think most of my characters chaotic good.
I mean, that makes sense. There should be some chaos in there somewhere, frankly.
Absolutely.
He's from Galtalent. No, he's from...
No, the other one.
No, he's definitely not from there. He's from Tiermann, which is the Wood Elf nation, quote unquote. He's from Bay Hollow, which unfortunately, rest in peace, was destroyed.
Ripperoni.
Ripperoni Bay Hollow was destroyed sometime in the past. But he wasn't there, so he got away.
Yeah, and that's on sad backstory.
And that's his sad backstory. I don't really know what to say about him. I feel like everybody knows him pretty effectively.
Yeah, certainly if you lovely people listening at home have seen the episode once or however many times you may have watched it, episode 1 of the old series. Yeah, that kind of covers all of the bases of the past. It's more, yeah, like you said, his happy / adventurous present, I suppose. Adventurous is probably the right word.
Yeah, we're not trying to make him miserable, are we? It's just, sometimes bad things happen. Yeah. Well, look, I can't speak for you, but that's how you want him to be.
No, I'm not. Some people really go for the angst. I am not so much of that kind.
Which is ironic, considering Malark is Paddy's quote-unquote boyfriend, and I've never known an angstier...
Yeah, right? It's
angstier character.
It's a dichotomy, I think is the word. It's
opposites attract or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything in equal balance.
So Paddy, I do actually want to talk about, whilst I have you here, is the concept of Paddy's station in society, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a whole topic, isn't it?
Yeah. He is sort of a prince.
Yes, which I feel like we've talked about it in various different videos and or live streams, but geez, it always throws me every time.
Yes. Do you want to should we talk a little bit about
how that came to be?
Yeah, and how sort of loose Paddy's backstory was / is. I feel like you correct me if I'm wrong, gave me you're like, okay, here's my character, he's called Paddy, and he went and he did some stuff at the circus, and here's what the circus looks like, and here's what the circus people look like, and here's a drawing of a crest.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, I think pretty much because I think it might have been partially inspired because I was watching campaign 1 of Crit Roll at the time,
I see.
and the I think it's Percy's backstory in that, where it's sort of like he doesn't really know all of it, and it's kind of like a mystery a bit, and I was like, that's fun. I like the idea of that. So and you said you were cool with whatever. So I was like, oh cool, I'll do some pieces and make a character, but then I would really love to unravel a mystery. I think that'd be really cool. So I said, like, here's some, I guess a bad thing happened, and you have fun with that, JP. You have fun filling in those blanks. I look forward to seeing what they are.
Which is a really good fun for me as a dungeon master, because I got to, like, you know, basically make up Paddy's backstory essentially.
I'm happy to hear that you had fun with it.
But also it continues to be great fun for me, because every now and again you'll look at me from across the table whilst we're playing and you're like, why did you do this? And I'm like, well, because you told me to.
Literally every now and then, like, you'll drop some like seemingly innocuous info, and I will slowly, the cogs will turn and I'll put the pieces together, and then I'll just be like, you fucker, is this connected to that? Oh no. Like, because I don't know, and it's really fun to figure out. So yeah, there are a lot of ways to go about making a backstory, but that is easily one of my favorites. Just let you handle it.
And Paddy came into the story, I mean, you joined us after we'd been playing for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I still hadn't done a lot of stuff to the world. Like, the world was barely even, like, I'd drawn a map essentially.
Yeah.
That was it. So I sort of unintentionally let you decide what the names of, well, you named basically all of the Elven kingdoms, right?
Yeah.
Which was really useful to me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was a good time.
And then that was kind of it, right? Like, you knew he was from Tiermann, you knew that his town was called Bay Hollow, and that was kind of it. So then I had to go away with that and fashion some nations.
Yeah, and a political system, which is where the prince thing comes in, because I think I remember what it was when I was making the backstory. It was like, he's from this town, and I guess his dad's the mayor. Maybe it's like he's the mayor. That's what. That's all I was going for. And then you come back to me like at a later date, and you're like, yeah. So basically, he was actually a king, and I'm like, huh? Okay.
Yes, that is correct. So
it was really funny when that happened. I remember.
Tiermann is a nation.
Yeah, we'll see if we can put the map on screen as we're talking about this. So you've got some geography.
Tiermann is a nation made up of 6 kingdoms. And in history, what would happen is that the 6 kingdoms would come together to elect a high king, and the high king would make the major decisions or do the, like, inter-nation talking, diplomacy, that kind of thing.
I just realised you basically went a monarchy, but make it diplomatic.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I love that. Love that for them.
And then kind of over time, I mean, only a little bit diplomatic, you know, you still had to be a king to vote who was your high king, right?
Oh,
like, 6 people had democracy. 6.
Right.
not democratic at all. And then over time, it kind of became tradition that the king or queen or whoever was the king of I forget the individual nation names, sorry. But Glenbarrow is the capital of Tiermann, and it came tradition that you would elect the king of Glenbarrow to be the high king of Tiermann. So, and through that, kind of, we get this system of government where Paddy's father, Seamus.
Yes, because I gave them all very Irish names.
Yeah. Is indeed a king. He's king of the nation of which Bay Hollow is the capital. But he's sort of, like, in terms of power, he's like not even really a lord. It's kind of like a duchy, except he doesn't really have any kind of, like, major powers.
I always kind of imagined him as just like, oh, it's the neighborhood guy, like I said, very much like a mayor. So kind of like everybody knows him. He's just like, hey.
Probably a good, I don't know if you'll know this word, but a good comparison probably would be he's an alderman, right?
Ooh, I don't know that word.
So my frame of reference for this is ancient Britain, where you would have the king of, say, Mercia, and the king of Mercia would have an alderman for every shire in his kingdom.
Oh, okay, cool.
So then the alderman runs the shire, basically, and reports to the king. So essentially he's an alderman, but he's called a king because that's the traditional title.
It's just the lingo.
And that does make Paddy a prince, but he's fourth in line to the throne, so he's not really.
So he was just like, off to the circus, I shall fuck.
Yes, exactly. I don't imagine. Like, I kind of think that your like lack of knowledge of this thing, not through any fault of your own, but through my not telling you this effectively.
It's surprisingly in character.
Is in character, yes. I feel like Paddy doesn't really. He doesn't.
Yeah, very much left it to the siblings. He's just a whimsy boy.
The whimsy boy.
He's a whimsy boy.
Excellent. Yeah, so his eldest brother Ronan is like super serious, and he knows that it's his job next, essentially. And it was his job for a really long time. I don't think it's clear in chapter 1 that Paddy's dad is missing, presumed dead, by the time that Paddy goes to the circus, right?
Yeah, I think like quite a few people picked up on it, but then quite a few people didn't, which is always, it's interesting seeing the sort of things that people notice in the episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that was sort of hit or miss.
Yeah, so Ronan was essentially king at that point. He was like him and your mother, Brianna, is that her name?
Yeah.
Were, ruling jointly because Seamus was gonzo.
Sorry, that just made me think of the Muppets.
Yeah. As soon as the word came out of my mouth, I was like, because his dad was a Muppet.
Because his dad was best friends with a rat.
So this picture of Paddy that you have drawn us.
Yeah.
This handsome boy.
It's festive lad.
He's got his mage hand up there.
Yeah.
Which you always like whip out.
Yeah. I have a note on my character sheet that just says, remember Mage Hand, because I always forget to cast it before we go into places. And then it's like, I rarely ever use it, but sometimes it's useful, and I don't want to waste a turn casting it and then like, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I really enjoy drawing his like magic effects, so I keep trying to put them in all of my like illustrations of him lately.
Sorry, just to go back to Mage Hand, I do really like how you cast it before whenever you go into something.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're entitled to do whatever you want, and that's the power of D&D. But I always sometimes find myself sitting across from you, being like, "Yeah, of course you can cast it. I don't know what you're going to use it for, but sure."
Yeah, me neither. That's the fun.
Like, I know what's coming, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's just gonna be there, hanging out. Does it have a name? Is it just your hand? Does your magic hand have a personality?"
I mean, you can judge by this picture. It's kind of just like, wee. But yeah, I always have it up just in case, like, I don't know if I should tell you, because then you'll know my tactics for future games, but like, just in case there's anything, because it's like a rogue mage hand, it's like an arcane trickster mage hand, so it can do like special stuff, but like you can turn it invisible and like pickpocket stuff. So I'm always just like, what if I need to steal something from this person during battle, and that'll turn the tide, you know?
I see. What if I need to be inside this man's trousers?
It's inside their what?
His trousers. That's where your pockets are, right?
Okay, cool.
What, did you think I was going to say butt?
I thought you said arse. I heard it differently over the fucking Discord connection.
I mean, it certainly would do something to the battle if you shoved your mage hand up a dude's butt. But
I'm not gonna lie, I might actually write that down. Have you seen, in Naruto when it's like 1,000 years of pain, and he like pokes the dude in the butt?
Yeah.
I think that's a valid tactic. I might try that out next time we're fighting a demon or a demigod. Just sort of like, zoop.
This isn't really relevant to Paddy, but I think it kind of like you just reminded me of when you were talking about ping pong goblins, and I wrote that down.
What? When was that? I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember that? Okay, well, ping pong goblins are a thing. There you go.
Okay. Oh, you know what else is a thing? Thinking of Naruto, the Yeehaw Kage. Do you fucking remember that? I can't remember the context, but we were on a call at some point and just talking about cowboys and Naruto, and then came about the Yeehaw Kage.
I think that's where we have to end this recording.
Can't physically take this anymore.
Can't take this anymore. Here's Paddy.
Here's Paddy. I hope you enjoyed the drawing and the history lesson and the sneaky tips for creative ways to use your mage hand.
Terrible. If you like this video, then like it, and make sure to subscribe to our channel once you're here. Leave us a comment.
Yeah, and we might even have a playlist of all of these sort of player and DM things. I'm sure there's very creative trivia across the board in all of them, so check them out.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you learned something.
Hope you learned something.
Bye.
Bye.